partner at Icebreaker, who has invested in companies such as Hawks Hunt. We have Katja Bergman, co-founder and partner at Untitled Ventures, who has invested in companies such as Acast and FirstBet. Then we have Jeremy Yep, angel investor with over 40 investments. Then we have Marta Sjögren, partner at Nordstrom, who has invested in companies such as Seriously and iSettle. Finally, the head of our jury, Andrew Reed, a partner at Sequoia Capital, who has invested in companies such as Figma and Robinhood. All right, are we ready? Each of the startups will have 5 minutes to win your hearts. Then we will have a 6-minute Q&A session led by our jury. All right, let's give a warm welcome to our first startup of Slush 100 finals, Eversend.
Raise your hand if you have a bank account. Please look around. If we were in Africa, the huge majority of you would not have your hand up. The majority of people in Africa do not have a bank account. This means that people lack access to the most fundamental financial services. People pay up to 20% to make a simple cross-border money transfer. Less than 2% of the continent has access to insurance, and less than 7% has access to credit. This is a huge problem, but it is also a massive opportunity for us at Eversend, because 97% of people in Africa, like most of you, have a mobile phone. And nearly half of these people are already using their phones for simple domestic peer-to-peer payments through what's called mobile money. You might have heard of M-Pesa, for example. So we built a digital wallet integrating with these mobile money operators where customers can do everything they would at a bank straight from their mobile phone. We provide access to services like money transfers, virtual debit cards, insurance, and payments through third-party partners. Best of all, we can do all of this without internet access, anywhere there is a cell phone signal, through what are called USSD channels, making Eversend a custom-built solution for a continent where the majority of people are still offline. We're the first digital banking alternative for Africa. The retail banking market in Africa is no joke at $86 billion a year. So far, we're having great early traction. Just since I sent these slides over to Slush, we brought our registered users up from 13,000 people to 16,000. We've moved $750,000 through the platform and have completed 14,000 transactions. We are seeing robust 30% month-on-month growth. Now we are fundraising our seed round to grow even faster. Our business model is straightforward. We make money through commission from partners, foreign exchange, interchange fees, interest income, and merchant payments. I'm honored to be working every day on this with some of my favorite people. Our team in Uganda is watching on the live stream, as well as our team in Paris. Hi, guys. On our founding team, we have all previously founded finance businesses in Africa. We are a Forbes 30 under 30 company, and our CEO was recently named as one of Africa's economic leaders of tomorrow. We're super grateful to be backed by Atomico's Angel program, as well as Techstars and Fast Track Malmo. Thank you for being a part of our journey since the very beginning. And of course, thank you to our users. Some of you are even here in the audience here today. We just have a glimpse of some of the things our customers are saying about us. You are all the pioneers of neobanking in Africa, so thank you to our customers. You brought us here. So now, Africa's economy is one of the fastest growing in the world, and so is its population, which will double in the next 20 years. The unbanked in Africa is one of the biggest, yet most underestimated opportunities in fintech today. So please go home and ask your African friends and colleagues if access to financial services on the continent is a problem. If it is, you'll know exactly who's solving it. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. A great pitch, I would say, high energy, and that is really a service that is needed in Africa. I was wondering about the go-to-market model. How do you get the consumers? Because I suppose it's the consumers using your wallet.
Sorry, the last part of the question?
The go-to-market, because it's a consumer app.
Great, thank you. A great question. So our go-to-market strategy is we want to solve the first, most urgent and painful problem that a customer faces in the financial service industry in Africa. And we've identified that this is cross-border money transfer. Essentially, when making a cross-border money transfer in Africa, which my co-founder Stone does often to send money back to his grandmother in Uganda, he has to go to a Western Union and pay these 20% fees. And then his grandmother has to get on a bus from her village for 2 hours to the nearest city to pick up her wad of cash and carry it home on the bus, hoping not to get robbed. So we realized that's a real problem. And if we start there and onboard customers with a sort of Trojan horse approach, getting people on board for money transfers and then offering them the additional services after they're on the app, then that's a good way to go. So our approach is acquire the customer at the point of money transfer.
Hi. What percentage of your current users are unbanked, or is it their first bank account?
Yeah, so right now we're picking the low-hanging fruit. We're picking the people who are early adopters. These are people who generally have smartphones, have bank accounts, have already used financial services in some aspect before. So right now, I guess maybe 80% of our users already have bank accounts, but they're excited about this future.
Thanks, Emma. Very, very important problem you're solving here. And my question would be how are the users using it right now? What is the main use case you're seeing with your current users, and what have you learned from that since you launched?
Yeah, great question. So right now, the majority of our customers are using us for cross-border money transfer, primarily in Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania, as well as some people moving money from Nigeria to East Africa, and from some other parts of the world as well. The reason for that is because that's our go-to-market strategy, so it makes sense that it would end up that way in the app. But we're also seeing some people beginning to purchase airtime, which is phone credit, and also insurance that we've just launched in the app. And what we're learning is you know that in every market, we will win for a different reason. And this is actually what the neobanks in Europe, like Revolut, have seen as well, is that in some markets, Revolut wins because people love that they can lock or unlock their card. But in some markets, they win because people like that they have Apple Pay. So the idea for us is to have all the financial services in one place, and we might win in different markets for different services. And that's really what we're seeing so far as well.
A bit of a technical question. Don't you need a banking license?
Wonderful question. So the way we're approaching regulatory compliance is to operate under partnerships right now with banks and telecoms as we get into the market. And then after we close our seed round, we'll work on getting our e-money license in each of our different markets. She had the mic upside down.
Thanks for the presentation. What is the next milestone for you? Once you raised your seed round, what will you use the money to do?
Great question. We're going to be spending it in 3 ways. One is regulatory compliance. We'll get our banking or our e-money license in first the EU, which then makes it a lot easier to get our banking or our e-money license in each African country. So then we'll go Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, then South Africa. Then we'll also put the money into product development, which involves building out this marketplace, making a more robust platform with more services to offer. Then the third is on customer acquisition. Right now, about 40% of our growth is organic, which we love and we're very excited about, but we want to start spending more money and getting customers in new ways. And then that will bring us to our Series A, where we expect in about 18 months to get to 1 million downloads, about 220,000 registered users, which transact volumes of about 3.8 million per month, bringing in about 100K in revenue per month.
Just one question. You pay into a wallet. Is it your wallet or one of the M-Pesa wallets? And is there a way to unlock some sort of network effect in the product?
Yes, network effects are important. I'm not sure I fully understand the question. You're asking
If I send money to a friend,
yes.
do I pay into their Eversend account or do I pay into their M-Pesa account?
Okay, I see where you're going. So you can pay into either. To transfer to an Eversend wallet, it's free, and that's where the network effects come in, and I love that you're thinking that way, because we love the organic growth, and we've been working on a referral strategy that's based on gamification and nudge theory, basically trying to get customers to share the platform with their friends so that they can get a financial reward as well. Yeah, so that's a huge part of what we do. But if you transfer money to mobile money, like M-Pesa, you have to pay a fee. So the Eversend to Eversend payments is the ideal scenario.
One last question from the jury.
How much does the transaction cost?
Right now, it's about 3% for a cross-border money transfer, and that's the main transactions moving through the platform right now. As the market rate is about up to 20%, we can still make money, but we're significantly cheaper than our competitors. But we think we're going to be able to keep driving that cost down once we have our other business models in place.
Thank you, Emma, from
Thank you so
Eversend.
much.
Let's give one big round of applause still for Emma.
Thank you.
Now it's time for our second finalist of Slush 100.